When you reach your 60s and beyond, have you ever wondered who will genuinely stand by your side? When we're younger, it's easy to believe it'll always be our families, our closest friends, and those we've cherished for so long. But as time gently moves forward, life has a quiet way of shifting the scenery. People become occupied with their own journeys. Priorities naturally evolve, and we sometimes find ourselves feeling just a bit more alone than expected. Have you felt this shift in your own life? Perhaps you've experienced the subtle loneliness that comes with age, or noticed that the support you counted on isn't always within reach. Today, we're going to explore 6 reassuring pillars of support that can be even more reliable and comforting as you grow older. Pillars you can build and nurture at any age. Let me share a short, inspiring story about Grace, a wonderful lady I once knew. When Grace turned 65, she found herself in a similar place, wondering who would truly be there as her age advanced. Instead of letting fear set in, Grace chose to build a new network around activities she loved. She joined a local gardening group, volunteered at the community library, and began attending wellness workshops that enriched her health and spirit. Over time, Grace discovered that support didn't only have to come from long-term family and friends. It could blossom from new friendships, meaningful hobbies, and an active community life. Grace once told me something that stayed with me deeply. At 65, I didn't lose connections. I simply gained new ones that fit who I had become. Have you thought about cultivating new connections and discovering fresh sources of joy, just like Grace? Remember, aging is not about losing relationships, but about welcoming new opportunities for companionship and care into our lives. Embrace this chapter as a chance to deepen your understanding, foster new friendships, and find joy in unexpected places. Before we finish, let me gently remind you that one of the most beautiful aspects of caring for ourselves or our loved ones in later years is the warmth and reassurance that come from heartfelt conversations, listening, and truly being present. Taking the time to talk, to listen, and to share your feelings makes everyone involved feel valued and deeply cared for. Thank you so much for joining me today. I truly appreciate your presence and openness. Remember, you're not alone, and there's always someone who genuinely cares, even if they're new to your life. Until next time, stay positive, cherish each moment, and know you're deeply valued. Take good care, and I'll see you soon. This isn't about distancing yourself from loved ones. Rather, it's about recognizing where genuine stability lies and ensuring you're never left vulnerable when support matters most. By establishing your life on these 6 essential pillars, you'll gain the security and confidence to gracefully navigate life's ups and downs. Have you ever wondered what true independence feels like? Knowing you can count on yourself no matter what. Stay with me until the end, because understanding these pillars might profoundly transform how you view support, making you feel stronger, more empowered, and never alone. Now, let's gently explore these powerful foundations together. The first pillar we're going to talk about is your financial security. Perhaps one of life's greatest realizations is that the most dependable support doesn't always come from a person. It often comes from your own financial stability. True, money itself can't purchase happiness, but it can provide you with peace, independence, and a sense of calm in uncertain times. As we grow older, the wisdom becomes clearer. Depending financially on family isn't really a safety net, it's a gamble. Think of your own children. They have their own journeys, bills to pay, and families to nurture. Even though they deeply love you, life can put them in positions where helping you financially might become challenging. Let me share the heartfelt experience of Richard, a kind-hearted 72-year-old gentleman who spent much of his life supporting his children. He paid for their education, helped them during financial struggles, and was always their safety net. However, life took an unexpected turn when Richard faced sudden medical bills that depleted his savings. When he reached out to his children, he was saddened to discover they were battling financial burdens of their own. Mortgages, college tuition for their kids, unexpected bills. Not because they didn't care deeply, but simply because life was demanding for them too. This story gently reminds us how crucial it is to prepare our financial foundation, not necessarily through wealth, but through careful planning, consistent saving, and wise spending. Ask yourself gently, yet honestly, am I prepared for unexpected expenses? Is my retirement secure enough? Have I protected myself from financial vulnerability? If your answers make you pause, consider taking gentle but determined steps now. Budget wisely, reduce debt, and invest thoughtfully in your future. Because ultimately, your financial independence is the quiet friend that remains by your side. Regardless of life's storms, the second essential pillar to nurture is your physical health. Nothing in life, not love, money, or even family support, can replace good health. After age 60, your body can become your most trusted friend or your greatest obstacle. It's true you can have strong financial security, but without health, your freedom slowly fades away. While family might deeply care for you, they can't exercise in your place, eat nourishing foods for you, or reverse the aging process on your behalf. This responsibility lovingly rests solely on your shoulders. Have you ever seen yourself in Carl's shoes? At 68, Carl, a once active and vibrant man, allowed himself to ease into retirement without maintaining his physical health. He kept postponing healthy habits, assuming there would always be time. Gradually, tasks that once felt effortless became tiring chores. His mobility waned and his energy faded. His children visited lovingly whenever possible, but couldn't always be there to assist. Carl eventually realized with gentle clarity that to hold on to his independence and freedom, he needed to reclaim his health immediately, not someday. The beautiful truth is, you don't need rigorous athletic training to care for your health. Small, steady actions can yield incredible improvements. Moving gently every day, choosing foods that nourish rather than harm, and keeping up with regular medical checkups can make all the difference. Listen to the gentle messages your body sends. Persistent aches, difficulties moving comfortably, or changes in your energy levels. Now is the moment to lovingly prioritize your health. Each choice you make today becomes a heartfelt gift to your future self, preserving your freedom, independence, and joy in the years ahead. As we reflect on these pillars, please remember you're not alone in this journey. If you have experiences or insights to share, I'd love to hear them. Your stories and wisdom enrich us all. Thank you deeply for spending this time together. Always remember, caring for yourself today is the greatest act of kindness and love you can offer to your future self and those around you. Until we meet again, stay hopeful. Cherish every gentle moment and know you're truly valued. Take good care, my friends. I'll be right here when you return. When it comes down to it, your strongest and most reliable support isn't your children, your siblings, or even your closest friends. It's your own ability to stay strong, active, and self-sufficient. The more lovingly you prioritize your health today, the less you'll need to rely on others tomorrow. How many of you watching right now feel empowered by embracing this mindset? I'd love to hear from you. If you resonate with this message, please comment number 2 below so we can stay connected. And if you haven't yet subscribed, I warmly invite you to join our supportive community by subscribing and turning on the notification bell to stay updated. Now let's gently explore our third essential pillar, your social circle. One common and quiet mistake we sometimes make as we grow older is allowing ourselves to drift into isolation. Perhaps you've felt it yourself, friends moving away, loved ones passing, slowly leaving behind a smaller circle than you imagined. Loneliness, especially after 60, can quietly creep in. And it's more than just a feeling. It affects your health, your emotional well-being, your mental clarity, and even how long you live. You may hope your family will always be there. And though they deeply care for you, the truth is that your children have their own busy lives filled with careers, families, and responsibilities. They can't always offer the daily companionship you might long for. That's why your social connections, friends who check in on you, share laughter, and fill your days with warmth, aren't a luxury. They're essential. Let me tell you about Margaret, a vibrant 73-year-old who relied heavily on her sons for company. She loved them dearly, and they loved her just as much. Yet over the years, their visits became fewer as life's demands pulled them elsewhere. Margaret began feeling a quiet loneliness, waiting by the phone for calls that sometimes didn't come. Then one day, she made a beautiful choice. She reached out to old friends, joined a local community group, and explored new hobbies. Suddenly, Margaret's world became vibrant again, filled with laughter, shared stories, and meaningful connections. She no longer waited for others to make her feel connected. She created her own sense of belonging. Ask yourself gently, who currently brings joy and meaning into your days? If your circle feels small or unclear, perhaps it's time to lovingly reach out and broaden your horizons. Whether it's chatting with neighbors, joining a book club, or participating in community groups, these relationships offer emotional nourishment and stability. In the end, it's not just about having people around. It's about surrounding yourself with those who uplift you, remind you of your value, and make every chapter of life richer. Now, let's warmly move on to Pillar 4, cultivating your sense of purpose. One deeply overlooked form of support isn't external. It comes from within. After 60, many of us experience a shift in roles. Children grow independent, retirement sets in, and life gently slows down. Without the clear roles we've always relied on, worker, caregiver, parent, it's easy to feel invisible, unneeded, or simply adrift. Have you felt this yourself? You're certainly not alone. The truth is, no matter how much your family adores you, they can't give you a purpose. That's something beautifully personal, something you must nurture for yourself. Having a meaningful reason to wake up each morning, a passion, a goal, or a fulfilling project, keeps your mind sharp, your emotions balanced, and your life engaged. It connects you to the world around you, making each day meaningful rather than merely routine. Think of George, a retired engineer who, at 70, looked forward to enjoying leisure time after years of hard work. However, after a few months, he began to notice a quiet emptiness in his days. His children visited when they could, but something deeper was missing. Realizing this, George chose to volunteer at a local school, teaching children how to build and create. Before long, he discovered a renewed joy and purpose in waking up each day. He felt useful, valued, and deeply connected once more. Your purpose doesn't need to be complex or career-related. It could be gardening, writing, volunteering, or even simply mentoring others. Whatever ignites your heart and gives you joy becomes your greatest inner strength. As we gently close today's conversation, remember you're deeply appreciated and not alone on this journey. Please share your experiences. Your wisdom may inspire someone else watching right now. Your voice truly matters. Thank you warmly for joining today, and never forget that you're valued, cherished, and capable of creating your own beautiful support system. Take gentle care, stay hopeful, and I'll see you again soon. Your sense of purpose can truly come from anything that sparks joy within you and keeps your heart and mind vibrant. Perhaps learning something new, mentoring others, gardening peacefully in your backyard, painting the landscapes you've always admired, traveling to places you've dreamed about, or simply setting personal goals to bring excitement into your days. Have you ever felt as though your best days were behind you? If so, let's gently shift that perspective. Your purpose doesn't fade with age. It evolves beautifully, shaping itself anew with every phase of life. The more you invest in discovering meaning each day, the less you'll need others to provide happiness for you. Because ultimately, the most enduring source of support isn't someone holding your hand. It's the passion and strength you cultivate within yourself, gently nudging you forward. If you're still here, deeply appreciating these reflections, please take a moment to comment number 4 below. Your presence truly matters, and I'd warmly invite you to subscribe if you haven't yet. By turning on notifications, you'll always stay connected to content crafted, especially to encourage and uplift you. Your support means the world and helps us continue sharing inspiration together. Now, let's lovingly move on to our fifth pillar, emotional resilience. Life gently teaches us that challenges don't disappear as we age. They simply transform. Friendships may slowly fade, loved ones might pass, health struggles arise, and sometimes we find ourselves feeling more alone than before. Perhaps you've experienced moments like this yourself. It's a gentle truth that no matter how much external support you have, your greatest emotional strength comes from within. Your ability to adapt, process feelings, and find peace amid difficulties keeps you moving forward gracefully, even when life feels uncertain. We often believe our family, our children, siblings, or relatives will always provide emotional comfort. Yet the reality is they too face their own struggles and responsibilities. They might not always be available, no matter how deeply they care. This makes cultivating your inner emotional resilience essential. Emotional resilience means gently embracing your feelings, working through them compassionately, and developing ways to cope that soothe and empower you from within. Let me tell you about Helen, a remarkable 75-year-old woman who, after losing her husband of 40 years, first turned to her children for emotional support. Yet, soon she realized that though they loved her dearly, they were managing their own busy lives. Instead of allowing grief to overwhelm her, Helen began nurturing her inner strength. She joined a compassionate support group, started journaling regularly, and practiced gratitude each day. Eventually, she discovered something profoundly beautiful. The power to heal and move forward didn't have to come from someone else. It was within her all along. Emotional resilience doesn't mean ignoring pain or pretending everything is okay. It means gently acknowledging your feelings, expressing them in healthy ways, and finding tools such as meditation, writing, therapy, or quiet reflection that bring comfort from within. Your inner strength becomes your constant companion through life's storms and celebrations alike. The more emotional resilience you nurture, the less you'll depend on others to make you feel complete. After all, the one person who will be by your side through every challenge and every victory is always you. And now, let's gently explore our sixth and final pillar, your ability to adapt. If there's one truth about life after 60, it's that nothing remains unchanged. Circumstances shift, relationships evolve, and things that once seemed reliable might no longer be so certain. The secret to thriving in these golden years isn't clinging to the past, but gracefully embracing change. Have you noticed how those who struggle the most with aging often resist change, holding tightly onto the familiar rather than opening their hearts to new possibilities? Conversely, those who adjust with openness and flexibility often find great joy and fulfillment in whatever life brings. There's a common misconception that after a certain age, our habits and ways of thinking become fixed. Yet that mindset can quietly limit your potential, holding you back from new friendships, opportunities, and enriching experiences. Being adaptable is more than just accepting change. It's about welcoming it as a companion, ready to reveal new avenues of joy, fulfillment, and meaning. As we gently conclude today's journey, I want you to remember that you're never alone in facing these transitions. If you've experienced something similar, I'd love to hear your thoughts and stories. Your wisdom could inspire someone else watching right now. Thank you sincerely for spending this meaningful time with me. Always remember, the warmth, understanding, and support you seek are already within you. Take gentle care, stay hopeful, and I'll be here when you're ready to return. Adapting isn't merely about accepting changes passively. It's about actively seeking opportunities to grow and evolve alongside them. Let me share the uplifting story of Frank, a wonderful man of 78 who initially found himself feeling disconnected when many of his closest friends moved away or passed on. At first, Frank accepted loneliness, believing this was just how life unfolded as you grew older. But one day, Instead of quietly resigning himself to isolation, Frank chose to embrace change positively. He learned to use video calls to stay connected with distant relatives, joined a delightful online discussion group centered around history, his lifelong passion, and surprisingly, made new friendships along the way. Rather than allowing life's changes to diminish his joy, Frank let those changes inspire him to expand and evolve in unexpected ways. Have you experienced a similar moment where change felt overwhelming? Perhaps, like Frank, you can gently challenge yourself to discover new ways to connect and find joy. Thriving after 60 isn't about having endless resources or the strongest external support. It's about refusing to remain stuck, staying curious, and courageously adjusting to life's shifts. When a door closes, resilient individuals find another path. When relationships evolve, they seek new connections. When something familiar no longer works, they bravely explore new possibilities. Your capacity to adapt is one of your greatest strengths. It helps you gracefully navigate life's twists and turns with optimism, confidence, and resilience. The more warmly you welcome change rather than fear it, the less you'll feel a sense of loss. And the more clearly you'll recognize each new chapter as a chance to embrace something wonderful. If you're still here with me and finding comfort and inspiration in this message, please take a moment to comment 6 below. Your presence and support means so much, helping us continue to create meaningful content designed especially for you. If you haven't yet, I warmly invite you to subscribe and activate notifications so we can continue our conversations together. As we reach our gentle conclusion, let's reflect thoughtfully. Life beyond 60 is a stage filled with both valuable wisdom and unique challenges. While family will always hold a cherished place in your heart, true stability, the most dependable support you'll ever find, is something you lovingly build within yourself. Financial security provides you with independence and dignity, ensuring you won't have to depend solely on others. Physical health grants you freedom, strength, and mobility, empowering your daily life. Your social connections offer warmth, emotional fulfillment, and belonging. A sense of purpose gives each day depth, meaning, and joyful anticipation. Emotional resilience provides inner strength, gently helping you overcome life's inevitable challenges. And finally, your ability to adapt gracefully ensures you're always capable of finding happiness, even when life doesn't follow your plans perfectly. When these 6 pillars become your foundation, you'll never feel truly alone. You won't need to wait for others to rescue you or experience the helplessness that comes from uncertainty. True stability isn't about hoping someone else will always be there. It's about confidently knowing that you've thoughtfully prepared yourself to thrive, no matter what life might bring. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for joining this meaningful conversation today. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Please leave a comment below, sharing one insight you gained today and how you might gently incorporate it into your life. Your voice matters greatly, and reading your thoughtful reflections brings immense encouragement and joy. If this video touched your heart, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us continue delivering heartfelt, inspiring content designed to uplift and empower you. Take gentle care, remain hopeful, and remember, you already possess everything you need to face the future with confidence and peace. I look forward to seeing you again very soon.